Hey, get ready if you are looking to be shocked by some statistics. I've got some for you. And these are all health related. My name is Joseph Onest. I'm a clinical hypnotist in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And the focus of my practice is wellness and both physical and emotional and mental. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician. I'm not a mental health professional. I'm a clinical hypnotist that I help people get through stuff. All right. So I want to talk to you very briefly about the incidence of gallbladder removal and gallstones. So hands up if you've had your gallbladder removed or if you've ever had gallstones in the last, I don't know, 50 years. Some very interesting statistics. And I'm going to share them with you via a graph. Now, I did use AI to um, to make these graphs, and so you can see this. Now, look at this. This is basically from like 1976 all the way up to 2016. Notice we didn't go all the way. That it just went to 2016. And these, if you read the bottom of the graph, there it's an AI graph. I used it, and but it was based on material gleaned from those very reputable sources. How is it that this has happened? And this is just the cases, the documented cases of gallstones. And this little drop here, I really can't explain, but it is interesting to me. And then we go back up. I think we would see some cultural influence here, but I don't know. I don't know. So there's this one. And I am going to stop this share. So you can see it's actually gone up. The cases of gallstones since in this time has gone up, according to rapid calculations, 667%. These are the number of cases per 100,000 people. Okay. So I'm going to stop this share and I'm going to share another one with you. By the way, without my glasses, I have to get very close to the screen to see. Um, this one is also very interesting. This is the number of cases per 100,000 people in gallbladder removal. Okay. So look, I mean, even if you just draw a straight line, by the way, this sharp increase, this is kind of like, I don't know, a procedural, forgive me, but feeding frenzy. Like all of a sudden you could do this thing laparoscopically, which means they don't have to really open you up. They make a little slit and they go in and do it. It was like, oh, well, it's just so much easier to do this now. Let's just do it. I don't know. I'm not in the mind of a doctor. I'm not ever saying that any of these removals were uh, unwarranted. It's none of my. It's not part of my purview here or my circle of influence. But again, this um, climb, this very steep climb. By the way, the percentage has gone up by. I have to look at my paper because I can't believe it. It's gone up 1,695%. Now, interestingly enough, interestingly enough, these trends correlate. Now, correlation is not causation. I'm going to make that very clear. Just because two things follow the same pattern doesn't mean one causes the other. But it does sort of indicate a relationship of some sort. We just can't say it's causation. At the end of the day, though, several things, and these graphs go along with the increase. And I didn't produce the graphs for you. I'm sorry. The it goes on with the increases in obesity and diabetes. And if you know me, one of the biggest focuses in my practice is obesity and diabetes. I help people lose weight and control their diabetes. and to gain control of their blood sugars and perhaps reduce, even eliminate medications or the need for them. I don't eliminate them; the doctor does. But um, this is very interesting because the increase in obesity and the increase in diabetes also correlate with that old uh, pyramid, the nutritional pyramid that we had from the government that said get 60% of your calories from carbohydrates. So correlation, correlation, correlation. And, there is an old saying that says when there's smoke, there's fire. Like if you smell smoke, there's a fire somewhere. It's not always true, but correlation is correlation, and causation is causation. And anyway, so why am I talking about gallbladders? For heaven's sakes, why is this important? That old pyramid, took fat, that is saturated fat, and put it at the top of the pyramid, meaning you should get very little of it. We were told fat was bad. And in the late 80s and 90s, this plethora of fat-free, reduced fat, fat-free products, ultra-processed food, flooded the market. There were cookbooks. I had them on cooking without fat. I was on a very low fat diet. And of course, we were also told that manufactured oils like seed oils, and okay, I know I'm falling in line with some of the overzealous people. The idea is that these seed oils are processed by chemical extraction. You can't squeeze corn and get oil out of it. You can squeeze olives and get oil out, but you can't squeeze corn and get olives out. And vegetable oil, like what vegetables? I'm sorry. All right. So what is the function of the gallbladder? I mean, the whole point of this is what's the function of the gallbladder? The gallbladder's job is to store bile. Bile is this substance that helps you digest fat. So forgive me if I hypothesize for a minute. Did the fact that we went very low fat and we began using fats that the body maybe did not recognize as fat. That's a speculation on my part. But these seed oils that are not natural, they're not part of any food. They're not canola oil. You have to chemically extract it. It has to be a chemical process. So what we're doing is we're fundamentally changing something. And yeah, it's a little soapbox for me. But if it's a chemical, why am I eating chemical experiments? Why am I eating chemistry lab food? But all right. Could it be that because we weren't eating fat, that the bile got kind of clogged up in our gallbladders? So the increase in gallstones. And the introduction of the laparoscopic surgery to remove, let's just fix this problem, right? People, listen, gallstones make you sick. Gallbladder, you feel really sick. You will do anything to get that gallbladder, to get that sickness go away. So whether it's pure pain or it's nausea and all sorts of things that go with it, you would do just about anything to get rid of it. And so it's the easy solution. Well, if it's your gallbladder, let's just take the thing out. Well, you don't really need it. Well, and now let me caution you, don't get upset with me. If your gallbladder has been removed, it's not the end of the world. Like, I'm not maligning the medical profession for doing this. But what I'm saying is you do have to take it a little bit more easily. When I'm working with clients and we're generally reducing our carbohydrates and increasing our protein, which comes with fat, if it's good protein, it naturally comes with fat. We have to take it a little easy so that, because you're still making bile, you're just not storing it for when you eat, you pig out on, I don't know, fish and chips or something, some fried chicken and you can't stop. French fries, all these fried foods. And of course, if you've had your gallbladder out, pigging out on French fries and whatever, donuts even, you might end up not feeling very well because you're not digesting those things very well. Although donuts are mostly sugar anyway. But the point, what we want to do is understand this correlation, understand whether we have experienced gallstones or gallbladder removal, and now make better decisions. Let's make better decisions about what we eat. And I'm going to make my suggestions for this, but you should do your own research. I'm going to make it very clear. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just a guy who reversed his type 2 diabetes. And in my hypnosis practice, I help people cope with the changes necessary I lost 100 pounds, to lose weight and to reverse their diabetes so that they can live with very reduced medications or, in fact, without them. If it's a type 1 diabetic person that I'm working with, we get into that window of ideal amounts of insulin, although I can't tell them about their insulin dose. I can tell them how to control their lives. Anyway, that was a tangent. That was a rabbit hole. But so what do? Well, we gradually change, and gradual is a big deal. Like, you don't want to just do it like this. Anything you do like this, and it's dramatic, your body basically says, WTF, what's going on here? And goes into a kind of emergency sort of, this isn't normal condition. We want to convince the body that the changes we are taking or creating are new normals. So you look at that, I want you to know, and these correlations, this sickness, the obesity, the diabetes, it all comes down, in my mind, it all comes down to that old food pyramid. Now and there are people who still disagree with it. Okay, but at least it's better than it was. And we're not afraid, even the recommendations about the amount of fat you could eat have been removed. Now, I'm not telling you to go and pig up. All right. My goal is to get everyone to think about their health, to understand their health, to partner with their doctors about getting healthy, and to understand that your doctor comes from a particular perspective, right? And we might term that diagnose and treat, or diagnose and prescribe. So we get pills if we're depressed. Most doctors don't ask you, so what's going on in your life? Most doctors say, well, let's try this medication. And I'm saying most, I don't know. I've never gone to a doctor about depression like that and got a pill. But, let's just think about this. We have to know about our bodies. I'm Joseph Onesta. If you've had your gallbladder removed, sorry, you can still eat fat. You just have to make it gradual so that when your body creates bile, it uses it. Otherwise, there's no storage for it. You can't save up. That's what the gallbladder does. But if you save up too long, it gets clogged up, maybe. Joseph Onesta, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hope you're enjoying or learning or whatever. I'm just a guy that has done this. So thanks. See you next time.